You don't have a motivation problem. You have a weakness problem. And the truth is, your life is not falling apart by accident. It's collapsing because you keep choosing the easy way out every single day. Look at your life for a second. Not the version you show people, not the filtered version on social media, the real one. The one where you wake up tired, scroll for hours, delay what matters, and then promise yourself, I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. And deep down, you know it. You feel it in your chest sometimes. That quiet frustration, that voice that whispers, this isn't the life you were meant to live. But instead of listening, you distract yourself with comfort, with excuses, with temporary pleasure. Because facing the truth, that requires strength. And strength is exactly what you've been avoiding. Let's be brutally honest. You are not stuck because life is unfair. You are not behind because you lack opportunities. You are not losing because others are lucky. You are stuck because you've trained your mind to escape difficulty. Every time something gets hard, you quit. Every time something feels uncomfortable, you run. Every time discipline is required, you negotiate with yourself. I'll do it later. I deserve a break. It's not that serious, but it is serious because these small moments, they are shaping your entire life. Right now, you think mental weakness is something big, something obvious. It's not. It's subtle. It's choosing your phone over your purpose. It's choosing sleep over growth. It's choosing comfort over progress again and again and again until one day you wake up and realize years have passed and nothing has changed. Mental weakness doesn't destroy you overnight. It erodes you slowly, like water dripping on stone. At first, nothing seems wrong. You're relaxed, comfortable, safe. But over time, you lose your edge. Your hunger disappears. Your standards drop. And the worst part, you start thinking this version of you is normal. You say you want success, but your habits say otherwise. You say you want discipline, but your actions are controlled by mood. You say you want a better life, but you refuse to do hard things consistently. That's the gap between who you are and who you could be. And here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Life doesn't reward potential. It rewards execution. It rewards people who show up, even when they don't feel like it. Especially when they don't feel like it. Right now, your mind is weak. Not because you were born that way, but because you've been feeding it weakness. Every time you avoid pain, you make it weaker. Every time you choose comfort, you make it softer. Every time you quit early, you make it fragile. And now, even small challenges feel overwhelming. You've built a habit of giving up, of delaying, of escaping, of choosing easy. And habits don't care about your goals. They care about repetition. So even if you want to change, your mind pulls you back to comfort, to distraction, to weakness. Like a prison you built to yourself, one decision at a time. And the scariest part, most people never escape this. They live their entire lives at 30% of their potential, always talking about what they could have been, always wishing they started earlier. Always regretting, but never changing. This is not about motivation. Motivation is temporary. It fades. It disappears when things get hard. What you need is something deeper, something stronger, something most people never build. You need mental strength, the ability to act when you don't feel like it, the ability to continue when it gets uncomfortable, the ability to stay focused when distractions are everywhere. Because without that, you will always lose to someone who has it, not because they're smarter, not because they're more talented, but because they don't quit when it gets hard. And right now, you do. But this isn't the end, because the moment you become aware of your weakness is the moment you have a choice. Stay the same or rebuild yourself from the ground up. You've spent years training your mind to escape, to avoid, to quit the moment things stop feeling easy. And now you're surprised that life feels heavy. No. This is the result. This is the cost of mental weakness. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your friends, not your family, not motivation videos, not even time. Time doesn't fix weakness. Time exposes it. You thought things would just get better. You thought one day you'd wake up more focused, more disciplined, more in control. But that day never came because you don't wake up stronger. You become stronger by doing hard things. Here's the harsh truth most people run from. Your life is a reflection of your standards, not your dreams. Not your intentions, not your plans, your standards. If you tolerate laziness, you become lazy. If you tolerate distraction, you become distracted. If you tolerate excuses, you become average. And right now, you've been tolerating too much. Too many skipped days. Too many broken promises to yourself. Too many moments where you said, I'll do it later. Let me tell you what later really is. It's a lie. A comfortable lie. A lie that keeps you stuck because later feels safe. It removes pressure. It gives you the illusion of control. But in reality, it's stealing your life. Every time you delay action, you reinforce weakness. Every time you avoid discomfort, you train your brain to fear it. And eventually, you don't even try anymore. You start lowering your goals, lowering your expectations, lowering your identity. You go from, I'm going to be great, to, I just want to survive. That's how people lose. Not in one big moment, but in thousands of small decisions. To stay comfortable, and here's what hurts the most. You know what you need to do. You're not confused. You're not lost. You're just avoiding it. That workout you keep skipping. That skill you keep delaying. That discipline you keep negotiating, that version of you keep running from because it's hard, because it's uncomfortable, because it requires you to become someone different. And that's the real fear, not failure, but transformation. Your brain is not designed for greatness. It's designed for survival. It wants comfort. It wants safety. It wants the easiest path possible. So when you try to change, when you try to push harder, wake up earlier, stay disciplined, your brain fights back. It tells you, rest a little more, skip today. You deserve a break. And it sounds convincing because it feels real. But here's what you don't realize. That voice, it's not your potential speaking. It's your weakness trying to stay in control. You've been listening to it for years. Obeying it, trusting it, and now it controls your actions, your habits, your identity. You don't lack discipline. You lack control over your impulses. Because every time you feel discomfort, you react instead of responding. You feel tired. You quit. You feel bored. You scroll. You feel pressure. You escape. That's not strength. That's conditioning. You've trained yourself to run from anything that challenges you. And the more you run, the weaker you become. Because strength isn't built in comfort. It's built in resistance. Think about it. Every strong person you admire, they didn't become that way by doing what feels good. They became that way by doing what feels necessary over and over again when they were tired, when they were unmotivated, when they didn't feel like it. That's the difference. They don't negotiate with their feelings. They override them. But you've been obeying every emotion, every urge, every excuse, and now your emotions control you instead of you controlling them. That's mental weakness. It's not about being soft. It's about being controlled. Controlled by comfort, controlled by distraction, controlled by fear. And until you break that control, nothing changes. But here's where everything shifts. The moment you stop seeing discomfort as the enemy and start seeing it as the path. Because the truth is, discomfort is not destroying you. It's revealing you. Every time you face something hard, you're meeting the real version of yourself, the version that doesn't quit, the version that doesn't complain, the version that executes. But right now, that version is weak, not because it can't grow, but because you haven't trained it. Mental strength is a skill, not a personality trait. You build it just like a muscle, through repetition, through resistance, through choosing hard when easy is available. At first it feels unnatural, painful, heavy, because you're breaking patterns, old habits, old identities. But slowly, something starts to change. You begin to realize you don't need motivation. You need discipline. You don't need to feel ready. You need to act anyway. You don't need it to be easy. You need it to be done. And in those moments, when you act despite resistance, you take your power back piece by piece, decision by decision, until one day you're no longer controlled by how you feel. You become someone who does what needs to be done, no matter what. That's the shift from weak to dangerous. But understand this transformation is not comfortable. It will test you, break you, expose every weakness you've been hiding. Because growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in pressure. And if you're not willing to face that pressure, you will stay exactly where you are. Same habits, same excuses, same life. But if you are willing to step into discomfort, to fight your impulses, to rebuild your mind, then everything changes, not instantly, but permanently. Because once you develop mental strength, you become unstoppable, not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. Not because life suddenly becomes easy, but because you stop needing it to be. That's the difference. That's where everything changes. Because once you stop depending on motivation, once you stop negotiating with your feelings, you enter a different level, a level most people never reach. Action steps. Now listen carefully, because this is where most people fail. They hear everything. They feel inspired, and then they do nothing. Not you. Not this time. You don't need more information. You need execution. 1. Kill the "I'll do it later" mindset. From this moment forward, there is no later. There is only do it now, or accept staying weak. That task you've been avoiding, do it immediately. Not perfectly, not comfortably. Just start, because action breaks resistance. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes. The faster you act, the weaker your excuses get. 2. Build non-negotiable discipline. Stop asking yourself how you feel. Start telling yourself what to do. You don't need motivation to work. You don't need motivation to train. You don't need motivation to improve. You need rules. Wake up, you get up. No debate. Work time, you work. No distraction. Training time, you train. No excuses. Simple, but brutal, because discipline is doing it, even when your mind is screaming no. 3. Train your mind to handle discomfort. Right now, you avoid pain. That's the problem. Start leaning into it. Cold showers, hard workouts, deep focus sessions, doing things you don't feel like doing. Not for fun, for control. Because every time you face discomfort and don't run, you rewire your brain. You prove to yourself, I'm in charge, and that changes everything. 4. Eliminate easy dopamine. Your mind is addicted to scrolling, to comfort, to instant pleasure, and that addiction is killing your discipline. So cut it, reduce it, control it, limit social media, stop mindless scrolling, remove distractions, because a distracted mind is a weak mind, and a focused mind is dangerous. 5. Keep promises to yourself. This is the most important one. Every time you say, understand this. This is not a one-day change. This is not a quick fix. This is a complete rebuild. You are replacing years of weakness with discipline, with control, with strength. And it will feel hard. It will feel unnatural, because you're becoming someone new. There will be days you fail, days you slip, days you feel like going back. That's normal. But what matters is this. You don't stop. You don't disappear. You don't quit completely. You reset. And you continue, because the difference between weak people and strong people is not perfection, it's persistence. Weak people fall and stay down. Strong people fall and get back up again and again and again, until quitting is no longer an option. And one day, you'll look back and realize something powerful. The things that used to control you no longer have power over you. Distractions feel weaker. Excuses sound louder, but mean less. Comfort loses its grip. And you become sharper, more focused, more dangerous. Because now, you don't rely on how you feel. You rely on who you've become. So here's the final truth. Your life right now is the result of your mental strength. If you're behind, if you're stuck, if you're not where you want to be, it's not luck, it's not timing, it's not other people, it's you. And that might hurt, but it's also powerful, because if you are the problem, you are also the solution. You have control, you have the ability to change, you have the power to rebuild yourself, but only if you decide that you're done being weak. Not tomorrow. Not next week, now. Because every second you wait, you reinforce the same patterns, the same excuses, the same life. So make the decision right here, right now. No more running, no more avoiding, no more weakness. You either build mental strength or you stay average. There is no middle ground. And deep down, you already know which one you want. The only question is, are you finally ready to prove it?